You can make £15,000 per year per property. Did you know that? What impact would that have on you? Well, welcome to Liam J. Ryan, the Dealmaker. And in this episode, we are looking at part 2 of the UK Real Estate Investing for Beginners step-by-step guide. This is focusing on a 7-step guaranteed system that will give you results. The 7 steps are mindset, funding, site finding. We covered these off in part 1, so make sure you tune into part 1. Then we have appraisal, planning, construction, and the exit. So let's get straight into the next fundamental, which is the numbers. This is step 4 of the property freedom formula. The numbers are extremely important, and there are some key metrics that you need to be aware of. What is going to be your return on investment? What is your net profit? What is the money left in a deal? Return on capital left in. How much money do you need to deploy? What's going to be the rental income, the selling prices? What are all of the costs associated with that particular deal? Architect's costs, planning costs, builders costs, material costs, finance costs from the bank, private investor cost. So it is very important that when you are building a property portfolio, that you use the relevant deal analysis. And there's many different ways to analyze deals, but you've got to keep it simple. How much money are you putting in? How much money are you taking out? And what is ultimately your return? Now, in an ideal world, we want minimum cash in, maximum profit out. And really, if you're buying something, we want to follow BRR. You want to buy, you want to refurbish, you want to refinance, or BRF, buy, refurbish, and flip. Flipping, you sell the property and you make a big profit. Now, when we BRR, the aim of the game is that we pull out all of or the majority of the initial investment capital. This typically is the deposit, the legals, investor costs, and then the refurb costs. But when we add enough value to a property deal, the aim of the game is that we're able to put that out, hence getting houses for free. You can then use that initial capital and then you can go into a second deal, a third deal, and a fourth deal. Make sure that you are buying on logic and what the deal analysis says rather than emotion. Don't fudge your numbers, but it's very simple when you know how to do this. That then takes us nicely onto planning. This is the next part of the process. Now, planning really comes down to 2 main areas. The first area is planning your diary, planning your time, so you can become super efficient. The second is the rules and regulations associated to the property strategy that you are doing, and then also building a power team around you where you can get other people to do the work that 1, you're not good at, 2, you're not qualified for, and 3, that you just don't simply enjoy. So let's look at part 1 and planning your time. One of the biggest challenges for many people in today's modern world is I don't have enough time. This is an excuse that I hear all the time over and over. And the reality is you and I, we both have the same 24 hours in a day. I have got multiple 7 and 8 figure businesses, 28 million pounds worth of property deals, takes up less than 5 hours a week of my time, 40 members of staff, multiple deals going on at any given time. How can I do that? And then some people say they struggle for time. It's about becoming efficient. I focus on high income generating tasks. Finding deals, finding money, building relationships, building the brand, having the right conversations. Most people, they focus on low income generating tasks, opening the mail, shopping, gardening, admin work, doing their own accounts, bookkeeping, being busy on social media but just trolling people or scrolling for people. Hey, this type of behavior is going to get you absolutely nowhere. The most important thing is to build relationships. And I have a mantra. What can you do every day to make the most amount of money in the shortest space of time? And you really got to be strict with your time, strict with your conversations. You can break your day down into 15-minute chunks. And the moment you hand those minutes to somebody else, you are losing time in your business. So we have to be efficient. We've got to be organized. We've got to be using a diary system, because when you get focused, as long as you can invest 5 to 7 hours a week, that is all that is needed initially to get that first 1, 2, or 3 deals up and running in the next 90 days. You know, what would life look like getting your offer accepted in the next 30 days? What difference will that make in your life? How will that make you feel? How will people see you? What will you say about yourself? What shift will that make in your life? And imagine having 3 of those in the next 90 days, making you £45,000 a year. The second part of planning is the rules and the regulations. So it's important to work with top professionals, have really good solicitors, have a great planning consultant, work with architects, make sure you're dealing with the right type of brokers. My professionals know a lot more about property than I do. I give them the role of completing on the deals, checking over the legals, dotting the I's and crossing the T's. You don't have to be some top legal expert, but what you have to do is have an understanding of what you need. You can check out the local HMO rules and regulations. You can make sure that you understand what's required to become a landlord. So of course we have to put in some energy. We've got to master these skills, but by building a great power team, they will make sure that you are doing things by the book. And this is what I truly believe. Do it right, invest in great people, build something really special for your future, but make sure that you are sticking to the rules and regulations. Make sure that your tenants are legal. Make sure you are legal as a landlord, because you are building an asset-backed business for the future. Do the work once, get paid for a lifetime. Do the work once, get paid for a lifetime. And that brings us nicely onto construction. Many people believe that they need to be builders or architects or have some type of role as a plumber or an engineer. Hey, I don't know how to change a light bulb or change a plug. My wife Holly does all of that stuff in the house. What you need to understand is that there are certain type of builders for small, medium and large jobs. So you get your Bob the Builder type character. They might come in and do a small refurb project for you. Knock down a few walls, put 1 or 2 stud walls up, maybe do some basic plumbing and heating engineering on the property. And then as you go and do bigger deals, you will go to a different type of contractor, a main contractor. You might go out to different types of subcontractors. And then of course you make sure you've got the right agreements in place, typically a JCT contract. So this protects you and this protects them. The most important thing here is don't do the work yourself. You are better finding more deals, more money. Even if you're a builder, don't do the work yourself. You should focus on more deals, more money, and then outsource and leverage this to top professionals. But make sure that you go and get 3 quotes. Make sure you check the referencing. These are really, really, really important key factors. And that brings us nicely onto the exit. What can you do to maximize return on investment? Are you going to buy and sell, buy and hold? How do you then carry on working with the investor? So this part of the process is very, very important. Do not penny pinch on the staging of your property. Give your end user an amazing experience. Make sure that you go above and beyond, because you will sell the property for more, you will rent the property for more, you will have your tenants and guests coming back time and time again. And also make sure that you fully understand the exit process. How are you going to refinance? What's the ups, what's the downs, what's best case, what's worst case? Are you likely to get all money out the deal? Are you going to leave some money in the deal? This is a very exciting part of this process, but this is all about rinsing and repeating and scaling, right? Because once you followed the freedom formula once, you can do it twice, you can do it 5 times, you can do it 100 times, and you can really build some traction. So they are the 7 key fundamentals of starting, scaling, and growing a successful property portfolio. Step 1 is mindset. Step 2, funding, site finding, appraisal, planning, construction, and the exit. And when you follow all 7 steps, this is how you will get great results. You'll become a professional property investor, so you can do what you want, when you want, with who you want, and build a legacy for your future. I really hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I look forward to seeing you very soon.